Hi guys, thanks for joining me. It's me, Mark from Crown Rancroft. Just got to do. We're doing two logos today because there's a bit of a twist. We'll start with this old thing. You've all seen it on my layout before. It's the Class 47 in rail freight scheme and with my weathered look to it. And nothing special. It's not a bad little wagon. Goes about my layout quite well. We'll start with the history of the 47. Um, they started their life, they went on order from 1960 to 68. There were a total of 512 built, which is quite a large amount of locos, hence it took 4 years to get them going. They were built by Bus Traction and they're basically the crew works. So I'm having a quick look at my notes so I don't forget. They were powered by a Sulzer engine, which is a very unconventional engine. It was basically two straight sixes. They call it in the bank, so they're like in line, which is a very strange engine, but very powerful. Yeah, they produced 2,750 horsepower, so it was quite a trusty old. It could do most jobs, whatever you want. We would be pulling carriages, pulling wagons, you name it, freight, etc. It was a good all-rounder at the time. There's still quite a few about. There's out of all the 512, there's 76 left. 32 were put into preservation, and 6 are still actually in use on the main line. So surprisingly, they're kept because of their reliability, their all-round ruggedness and solidness. They kept going, and obviously they're quite a favourite with the rail enthusiasts that like to see them when they go out on the heritage lines. But yeah, I think they've got a nice, sleek-looking shape, and obviously they were the British built, so they were for something that was built in the early 60s through to the late 60s. They're quite a sleek-looking loco. This particular one's a Hornby. It's 47378. They're quite readable. I got it on eBay at the time, nice and cheap. Weren't too bad. Motor weren't brilliant, so I give it a service, etc., and went over it and did what I can. The Hornby started these in 1976. This particular variant were made from 1989 onwards, so there's been quite numerous different variants in colour schemes, etc. Obviously, different companies like your Bachmans, and I think there's a few, maybe Mainline have done some, Lima have done some good ones as well. And obviously you get your modern day guys, which is your Acura Scale, etc. They're all out there in Daypole. They're all sort of doing them because they are a nice, solid looking logo. I'll pick it up and move it a little bit to you. I mean, you've seen this before. Yeah, I've weathered it myself. It's not brilliant, but I I wanted it just to have the dirty look as much as I could without basically going that too far, if you like. But yeah, as you can see, there's not bad. I'll turn it around quickly again, show you the other side. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, well, we'll put that to one side. We'll move it just to sort of, there we go. Let's just put it there. And we'll move it. I'm trying to get you in the shot like that. So, yeah, I want to check that I've got it right way around. Yep, for the moment. Yeah, there. And then, right, what we got is one of my, another old new recruit. And this was a non-runner with a broken chassis as well at the front. It was not as bad as some that I've had in recent times, and it's a more modern. And the reason I've chosen to bring out the 47 and do a quick description of that is because this one has some similarities to it. Allow me to just turn over my book, because when you get to my age you tend to forget a bit, so it is quite nice to remember. Right, hang on, let's put it there, guys. I know quite a bit, but it's just nice to have. I don't know if you do it and all that. Nice to have a bit of a gen up. So sort of just give you the lowdown, really. Right, what we got here. Let's move it in. You've all seen them. Yeah, this is my Class 60. I've put buffers on it since. It had sort of Mickey Mouse. There was one or two, I think, on it. He came and the rest are all broken and mullered. And so then, right, here's you go. Let's just pick it up. Yeah, I've done some weathering on this one myself. Yeah, they're a bit of a strange looker, but they're not bad, you know. Hold it there like that. Yeah, you know. They're quite long. It's actually longer than the Class 47, which I thought was quite long itself, like the 37s and that. But this is actually longer. Whether that is to scale, because obviously we all know these are 176 and that, you know. I mean, it's not bad. Yeah, so do quickly round that way, and then we'll put it on the table. Yeah, and I tried to weather it a little bit on the top as well, you see, like to give it that, not too heavy. Right, let's make sure I'm orientated it round the right way. Yes, put that there. Okay. How about there, guys? Let's move the 47 that way as well. So you can, I'll move the 47 a little bit further back so you can see the Class 60. Right. Okie dokie. Yeah. Yeah, the Class 60 has had a bit of a checkered time. I've watched, like most of you guys, I do try to gin up and watch a bit of videos. The Class 60, there was 100 of these built. They were brought out because there was a lot of issues. I don't know if you all recall, the Class 56 was, in general, a solid built loco, but it had, because it was built in Romania, they had a lot of teething problems, a lot of mechanical issues, a lot of breakdowns, and BR couldn't have that. So basically what they had to try and get, they wanted, at the time, 95% availability with their locos. And they put out to order again. And Brush Traction, the same company that made the 47, came out. And primarily, this is the last of the all-round freight locos built by Britain, which is quite sad in a way, and because of its checkered history, but we'll move on to that shortly. Okay, there was 100 of these built, and they were built from 1989 to 1993. The fleet, nearly all of them, at one stage, because they had a bit of a checkered trip, were all actually in this colour scheme. Now, the first one rolled out in 1989, and it had all manner of problems. You could almost say that at the time, if it was a car, it would have been British Leyland. It had so many problems. And the first one that did roll out wasn't actually introduced till 18 months later, which is bad, you know, because at the time they were hovering around the Class 59s, which is like the American stuff, and then the Class 61, 66s. So these had a lot to try and compete against for what they were. And these, there wasn't nothing really that wrong with these, but they just had a lot of mechanical issues, lots of teething problems that they had to try and get through, which obviously takes time. And British Rail weren't happy with that. They didn't have it, and a lot of the contractors weren't happy with that because it's costing them money at the end of the day. Yeah, what we got? Yeah, okay. So in here, she's powered by a Merlise Blackstone engine, which is 8 cylinders. It's not bad. It's quite pokey motor for what it was at 3,100 horsepower, but it's very grunty. And they had a nickname for the rail enthusiasts called Tugs, because of they could really outpull. They could outpull the 66s with the length of the train that they could pull. So on that front, they excelled. But the trouble is, the damage was done. So, you know, there is still a lot out there at the moment. I mean, we'll have a quick look. Yeah, I mean, there's 29, presumably, at the moment. Maybe not, but 29 are still in service. 66 have restored, 3 have been preserved, and 2 were scrapped. So there's still a lot of them out there. We do think that there's going to be a lot of them that will be scrapped because they've been stood up, owned by all the different, like these contractor companies, and they're just not really, they're going to, because they're being sitting out in the open, so they're going to cop all the weather as much as it would happen. So they're going to get worse and worse, and they will never get put back onto the main line, which is quite sad. Right, we'll move on to the models. This particular one's a Lima, You can get a few different brands ones this, but this was just like cheap that I got off eBay. This particular brand was introduced in 1990. They've been in various different schemes. You might have seen them with Transrail, a few other different schemes. I think Lodal, maybe Lodal's out there, but I do prefer the English, Welsh and Scottish livery. I think it's more of the one that my age group remember, and probably yourselves. Some I like Transrail. I like the scheme of the Transrail with the grey, two different greys, nice. But this is what I've got. Powered by Ringfield motors, same as the Class 47. Slightly different gearing, but on the same leg, much the same style, pancake motors as they call them on the internet. But these two got a bit of a twist. Right, so what we'll do is I'll just take the body off of, there we go, take the body off of the Class 60. And what I'm going to show you, see if you can see it, I'm going to spin it round. It's quite heavy because it's still got a big old weight on the front. Can you see that? Yeah, and can you see the plate there on the front? Forget that little wire, they don't do anything, so it don't matter. As long as you've got your black feed, you know, for each rail sides, that's all you need. Yeah, this is actually your CD motor. I got it off of eBay because this motor was terrible. You know, when I took it to bits, I thought that's okay, I'll just get it out and clean the statum. But it was all sold all over it, and it wouldn't turn, and it was so much work involved. So I think I paid 13 quid for this with the kit, which got the bracket. You literally mount it, push it straight in. It comes with a ring that you can see the main black pot there, if I get it a bit closer. Yeah, and it's so easy to put in. I advise you guys, if you're struggling with any of your, this is for a Lima motor, this particular one. So if any of you are struggling with and you think, well, okay, yes, they're not as talky, I will say that. Torque on the normal Ringfield motors are brilliant, but these pull well and they accelerate really well, so you have to be a bit careful. But I'll do a video shortly with a pair of these, and I'll stick that on the channel as well, so you can see them both going around pulling some wagons or carriages. I think I'll probably, because they're what they are, rail freight in that, we'll use some wagons. But there you go, this is that one then, guys, the Class 60. I did a bit of repair because it was a bit broken on the front. Sort of fixed that up the best I can, the backing. And what you do, because you've still got your main thing there, I had these old crocodile clips for that to do. And I just clipped it on, run it through, and you can see the black wire, that one runs through and goes through there, straight forward, like that, guys. Yeah, so easy. You just go straight onto your black. So where you got your original wires on your motor, you go off the red, and vice versa, the colours. You can't go on. If you get it back to front, it just run the opposite way. It won't hurt, but there you go, guys. Yeah, the CD motor in my Class 60. Right, let's put this one down, and then I've got to take the body off of the. Right, and then let's just put this back like that, and then this isn't a brilliant body on this, but it don't fit brilliantly, but yeah, it's all right. It's a good loco. Right, that was that one. Let's just sit that one there now. Let's swap them back. Okay. So there's the Class 60. My one, not bad. Right, bear with me, guys. See if I can get the body off. And as you know, you always end up with no fingers on these, don't you? You know. Right, let's see if I can get this off. Right, guys, 2 ticks. Give me 2 minutes. I say no editing. Remember, no editing from me. What you see is all my mistakes and everything to go with it. Right, okay, let's move you in here. Right, much the same. You can see that there. Yeah, much the same. If I push it up a little bit, you can see it a little bit more. It just fits in there. You take the body off, take the bottom, this off underneath. Drop that so you can get everything. And like if you're doing your service, just take it to bits. And then this one just sort of puts in, it's held in by us on the back. is like an adhesive sticker type idea, so with a hole in it so your spindle can still go through for your gear cog. And it's exactly the same process. Go after red, go after black. And this is for the Hornby, so don't get them wrong. If you got a Hornby and you want to do this to your Hornby, do state that it's a Hornby locomotive CD motor, and you'll get the kit that comes. What we can see on the back, I'll try and see if you can see it, because on the back, what I had to do and what I watched on YouTube's, if you notice down there, you can see the little cog where you've got all your gears. You all know that you've got your gears. Now that little white cog, I'll try and move that little, move the lead out of the way, might help, guys. Right, yeah, that little white cog, it comes with the kit, with the motor and some heat shrink, blah blah blah. They all use it, so it's straightforward, and the little adhesive sticker to retain the motor in. But that cog, you have to just trim it down with a very sharp knife. If I can get it, you can't quite read it. It's quite easy, as long as your cogs, I got mine so you can see them there in the middle, and then twiddle about use a little bit of your modelling grease just to help things along, just to make so the cogs will move. It's plastic cog, but this runs fine. As I say, watch out for the video of the pair of these two, and then I'll show you them going around. But yeah, it's still, that's the gear cog, all the usual cogs, everything's exactly the same. Use the same drive cogs, same with the Class 60, exactly the same. So I'll just give you another view so you can see it here again. Yeah, you can see that I've put a little bit in it because this one had a little bit of movement in it, just a fag. So because no one sees it, just stick a little bit of card in there until it gets really tight. Job done. Always have, like you can see, have the wires at the top, so everything comes out the top. You can see on there, everything comes through the hole in the top. Straightforward. And it's the same at the back. You still use your original wire there, and obviously the black wire on here comes down and goes to the opposite rail. Piece of cake. So yeah, you know, very easy job. Let's just put the body back on the 47, guys. Make sure I get it right. I always tuck wires down because, as you know, we all trap them, don't we, from time to time. Right, let's just put it back. Get the body back. Bear with me, guys. Ooh, we'll be there in a sec. Right, I don't want to damage them. Right, hang on, we're nearly there. Right, hear the click. Yeah, click. That one's in. Yeah, because you got your little tabs, as you all know. You all know that anyway, don't you? When you tap the bits, majority of them have these little tabs. So you just push them home till you hear them click, like that. Yeah, and there she goes. Done. Okay, so these two are the. I will pick the camera up and then we'll spin them around, and I'll just. Well, no, we don't need to do that, do we? You've already seen them. A bit silly, really. So we'll just do it like that. Let's move the camera back. Yeah, so there you go, guys. This is the, as I say, this is the new Recruit. My Class 60. Weathered a bit, like we said earlier. And this is the Old Faithful. That's sitting right. Hang on, I'm not sure. Hold on. Always like to make sure they're sitting right, guys. Yeah, I think that's all right. Just the way it's sitting. Right, let's turn it round. Yeah. Okie dokie. Yeah. So there we go, guys. Just a quick, brief chat as usual. The new Recruit and the Old Faithful, both now powered by CD motors. But like I said, always remember, if you've got a Lima, whatever it is on the diesels, ask or state that it's a Lima, look it up, and it will come with the kit for that particular make. And the same for any Hornbys that you're dealing with. So on that note, thanks guys for watching. If you like what I'm doing all here, do please leave a like and subscribe. I'll be much grateful if you did that. And I hope to see you on the next videos. Do watch out for the video coming up with these two guys doing a few laps on the layout, just so you can see the performance of them. And I'll catch you all soon. Take care now, guys. Bye for now. Look after yourselves.